speaking of terrorism in the Middle East, we're gonna go on to our Middle Eastern Battle Royale for tonight. You guys are not ready for this. We got rich Arabs versus poor Arabs. It's Qatar versus Iraq! Give it up! Yes. Abi repping Qatar. We got Brandon repping Iraq. I don't know how that happened either. You Iraqis are white as fuck. So, have you guys decided that you're going first? Have you? Oh, okay. I guess he's decided for guys. Qatar will roast Iraq. Give it up! So, Brandon and I actually get along really well, which shows Brandon's done something his country, Iraq, never could. Make at least one real friend in the world. Now, if some of you don't know a lot about Iraq, that's okay. All you need to know is that Iraq is a country that put George Bush on the map. And took Iranian children off of it. Yeah. Yeah, no, but here's the thing, guys. Saddam Hussein, okay? Yeah. This guy led something called the Ba'ath Party. Sounds like an Iraqi frat house, to be honest. Yeah. But people joining the Ba'ath Party did not realize they were asking for a bloodbath, you know? Now, some people like to call Iraq as Iraq, right? You've heard those folks who call it Iraq? They're also people from Iraq because they can't read. You know? But Iraq, I honestly think, gives it a little bit of a modern feel. Because if the iPhone represents modern technology, Iraq represents modern warfare. Yeah. Now look, some people compare Saddam Hussein to a modern day Hitler, right? That's kind of insulting to Hitler. Because he at least won some of the invasions he started. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know a lot about the women's rights situation in Iraq. But if you watch Brandon's stand-up, he will tell you that his grandma was the first lady to ride a bike in Iraq. She was also the last lady to ride a bike in Iraq. It's called quoting if you read a book. Yeah. Classic Iraq, just getting offended at any attack. Now look, here's somebody told me this before we got on stage here. Apparently Iraq's teen pregnancy rate is 55% for gals between 15 and 19. 55%. So now Iraq's renaming their capital to Hamilton, Ontario. I'll be honest, guys, I actually think Iraq does have some nice things. When I was looking it up, Iraq actually has some really beautiful mountains that Qatar does not. Something else Qatar doesn't have is bomb craters like Iraq does. Yeah. You know, some people say Qatar is really, really boring. Honestly, that's the best compliment you can give to a Middle Eastern country. Like, have you watched the news in the last 30 years? I'd rather be boring than be America's bitch. Whoa. And look, if Qatar is boring, you can go to Iraq to watch flies fuck for entertainment. Yeah. No, man, you know, there's this other thing as well. Apparently there's 6 heritage sites that UNESCO has identified in Iraq. 6 heritage sites. So the good news is that all of Iraq's infrastructure is accounted for. Yeah. Well, that's it for me, guys. Let's hear what Brandon's got for Qatar. That was Qatar! Give it up, Brandon. Iraq will now roast Qatar.
Shaku. Abi's parents are migrant workers who moved from India to Qatar for work, which means they're probably slaves. Must be why he looks Mexican. It was reported that thousands of migrant workers died building stadiums for Qatar's 2022 World Cup, or as the Qatari media put it, just a normal day of work. The Qatari World Cup was successful at bringing people together in unmarked mass graves. On the brighter side, Qatar Airways is ranked as the best airline in the world, where travelers are saying you'll never experience better luxury than on your way to witness human rights violations. Qatar also has an excellent train that is widely used throughout the country. One of its biggest features is that it travels at over 1,000 kilometers an hour, making it the most efficient way to go home and punish your wife. Qatar is the only nation in the world that's known to be haunted, not just by gays and women, but because it was built on a contemporary Indian burial ground. A public census taken in Qatar showed that men outnumber women in the country 3-1. However, it's feared that these numbers are incorrect because women aren't allowed outside in public. Only 12% of the people who live in Qatar are actually citizens. When questioned, the 88% said, "We're here because in our country, rape is still illegal." Not many people know this, but weekends in Qatar land on Fridays and Saturdays. Sunday is still an off day in the country, but in Qatar, hunting down homosexual is still considered a hard day's work. In Qatar, swearing is illegal. This law was passed because people got sick of hearing, "Oh my fucking God, would you please stop stoning me to death?" What's the difference between Qatar and the Nazi Party? The Nazis kept track of their dead. You've already used one of my jokes. Don't use my time. Close on this. Abby's parents are migrant workers who moved from India to Qatar for work, which means they're probably dead.
Give it up! Okay. Some of you are experiencing symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. It's okay. It's okay. Are you guys okay? Front row, are you still besties? Yes, Iraq, Qatar? Okay, good. Awesome. They're gonna kill each other later. All right. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Make some noise if you like Qatar! Make some noise if you like Iraq! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Iraq wins. And we all lose. Guys, give it up one more time. Iraq versus Qatar. See, there's income inequality in the Middle East also. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Oh man. Before I bring on the last battle